guys, it's Soda here. Welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be talking about a channel that you guys have been wanting me to talk about for a very long time. I get comments on like I think almost all of my videos asking me to talk about this channel. I've given them for a while and I have seen your comments and I've seen your messages as well on Instagram and stuff, and I've just been really hesitant to talk about it because this channel that I'm going to talk about is genuinely like really disturbing. And you know, I do talk about a lot of bad animal care on my channel, but I try to talk about things that aren't like super graphic. I more talk about things that people don't realize is harmful and, you know, how to fix that. But this channel is just straight up really f***ed up and disturbing. This channel is just straight up like intentional like animal abuse. And I honestly, like, I saw your comments. I knew what you guys were talking about because I've seen them before, like years ago. I've seen videos similar to this, but I always avoided searching up this specific channel because I knew it was going to be bad. And then when I finally looked it up recently and I just watched some videos, I felt like I did need to talk about this because this channel is so disturbing and should not be allowed on YouTube at all. And I cannot believe this stuff's on YouTube. So in this video, I'm not going to be showing any videos from this channel because I did like watch a few of them just because I wanted to make this video and talk about it. I did not enjoy watching those. It makes me feel extremely uncomfortable seeing these videos, and reading the comments too made me feel like sick to my stomach. So I'm not going to be showing any of the videos, but I will be showing thumbnails and maybe pictures from the videos, but I'm gonna try not to show anything too graphic. But honestly, the thumbnails are a lot of them are pretty graphic, so I want you to keep in mind that if you don't want to see like rodents that are like basically being tortured, then don't watch this video, please, because even just the thumbnails are pretty disturbing. Yeah, you don't have to watch this video. Please skip it if that's gonna like affect you, because I totally get that. And I also feel like YouTube might demonetize me or like age restrict me for making this video, because it has happened to me before when talking about other YouTube videos, which is really stupid. But it might happen. But these videos are on their own platform, so if they're gonna punish me for it, they better punish the actual video maker. YouTube a lot of the time doesn't see things as abuse unless you call them abuse, so I will get punished for calling out abuse instead of the actual abuse, if you know what I mean. I'm also gonna censor words like because YouTube doesn't like me saying that, but that's what this whole channel is. I also want you guys like to not go and watch these videos because of my video, because I don't want to give this channel more views. I just want people to be aware that this disturbing shit on the platform and that we need to do something about it. Twitter is usually the best place to contact YouTube. Honestly, like, it's really difficult to contact YouTube, but Twitter seems to be a good place to do it if you guys do want to. Reporting the videos in the channel is a good idea, but please don't comment on the videos. Try not to watch them, because that will just give them more engagement. This channel clearly does not care what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. I'm not here to give them more engagement. I'm just here to bring attention to this channel, and hopefully if we do give this more negative attention, YouTube will get the picture, because this is not a new thing on YouTube. I have seen this before. I've seen videos with snakes where they will like put a snake in a chicken enclosure and be like, oh, the snake's eating all the chickens, when they clearly have done it on purpose. And it's a way to like demonize snakes. And it seems like a lot of those channels actually did get taken down because I don't see them anymore, but this frog one is like a new one. And there's a few other frog channels, but this one seems to be the main one that you guys have told me about as well. So basically, I'm going to explain the videos to you and I'll show you some thumbnails. So this is the channel that I'm going to be talking about. There are other ones similar to this. I think they run another channel as well. Yeah, they run this channel as well. So basically, this channel is just a YouTube channel that feeds different kinds of live animals to their frogs, their Pac-Man frogs, and their bullfrogs. They pretty much put their frog in a cage with some kind of live rodent, like a mouse, a rat, a hamster, or sometimes other frogs, and they will put them together so the frogs eat them. Sometimes they'll put like one frog with like 10 little hamsters or something like that, or a bunch of frogs and a bunch of mice together, and you just watch the frogs slowly eat the mice. Somehow they seem to allow these videos because they sort of pretend they're like educational videos, these videos are not educational at all. Now obviously animals eat other animals. It's the circle of life. I totally get that. And I'm not saying that animals can't eat other animals. I have a dog, you know. However, live feeding is really not necessary for most animals, and it's actually pretty dangerous for both of the animals, and especially with these frogs. Most of the time it seems to be Pac-Man frogs and bullfrogs, and I am not like an expert on these frogs or anything. Like, I've never owned them before because we can't get them in my country, but I did do some research for this video, and if I get anything wrong, please do correct me. Like I said, I'm not an expert. But from what I understand, you're not really supposed to feed them live food, apart from insects, which is pretty different because they die pretty instantly. With like Pac-Man frogs, if you do want to feed them live food, it's really only recommended to feed them like one pinky mouse, like maybe once a month. And pinky mouse means like a newborn mouse, like don't even have fur yet, they're very small. Definitely not like fully grown mice or hamsters. They're way too big, and you can see it in these videos. They go through a very slow and painful death because they're way too big for the frog to even eat. There is no benefit in live rodents for frogs at all, which is why you're not even really supposed to feed them rodents. They don't have any nutritional value. They can potentially cause issues because it's harder to digest the bones, and also it can be dangerous. Mice and rats can bite them. In the wild, yes, occasionally they might eat a live mouse or a fish, but most of the time they just eat insects. So I don't want to hear any comments telling me, oh, it's just this natural, it's circle of life, because this is not natural at all. These channels purposely feed them fully grown mice or hamsters that are way too big for them, just so you can watch the animal struggle and suffer for a long time because they're way too big for the frog to even swallow. And one thing I noticed in a lot of these videos is that they will make cuts between the videos. So okay, I don't really want to show it. Yeah, I don't even want to show you guys, honestly, because I don't like watching these. I don't really want to watch them again, but I'll just describe to you basically what I saw in a lot of these videos. They would start off with the, like, hamster. The hamster's the one I saw a lot. They would start off with the hamster hanging out of the frog's mouth. And the hamster's alive, obviously, and it's, like, struggling. It's really disturbing. That's why I don't want to show it. And then they will make a jump cut, and the hamster's lower down in the mouth, you know, like it's swallowing it. And then another jump cut, and the hamster's even lower in the mouth. But they never show the frog actually swallowing it because the hamster is like the same size as the frog. So the frog can't actually swallow it. It's too big. So instead they're just actually shoving the animal, the hamster or the mouse, into their mouth more and just cutting that out. I'm pretty certain that's what they're doing. They're just shoving it more into their throat because the frog can't even eat it. Because they don't ever show it actually being eaten. Here are all the thumbnails. As you can see, most of them are just animals hanging out of the frog's mouth. You can see that they are way too big for them to eat, so they can't be eaten whole. So instead they're just suffering for a long time, slowly being swallowed, or not even being swallowed, being shoved down their throat by a person, because the frog can't even swallow them, they're too big. And also, I don't know if these frogs would even survive on a diet of just like rodents, because they're not nutritional for them. They feed them way too many, and they might not even be able to digest them properly, since these frogs can have struggles digesting pinky mice, and these channels feed them whole, live, adult mice and hamsters. I just don't think a lot of these frogs can go through that. Fate of 20-day-old hamsters, fate of 22-day-old hamsters. So like that's also a thing, is they make it a big deal to put how old the hamster is, and oh, there's snake ones too. See, look at that, the hamster's literally the same size. African bullfrogs eaten by Pac-Man frogs. They also just feed frogs to other frogs for some reason, which again, you don't need to do. Yes, they sometimes eat frogs in the wild, but that doesn't mean you need to feed them frogs when they're your pets, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure dogs would eat other dogs in the wild, right? So, you'd probably be the first one to go, no offense. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. Yeah, there's so much of it. All these hamsters and a big frog. What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? Is that a, like, sex doll? Oh my god. Oh my god. So yeah, I don't think this channel cares about the frogs at all, because this is not healthy for the frogs to eat all these rodents all the time. And this is not an educational live feeding. This is just animal torture. And when you read the comments, I think the comments, like, are the most disturbing part, because I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on YouTube, but at this point, after I went through a lot of these comments, I'm pretty sure this is some kind of fucked up fetish. And this is why I was so hesitant to talk about this, because I don't want to talk about this stuff on my channel, but I don't think anyone else has. So hopefully me making this video will make other people talk about it, and more people will see how fucked up this shit is. Maybe the average person might think that this is like normal to feed your frogs like live rodents all the time, but it's not at all. Yeah, I watched some of this one, and even just the start of it, with all the hamsters in this like tiny enclosure covered in their own shit and piss, was just really fucking gross. Pac-Man frog versus big octopus. See, how are they gonna eat that? I hate that they put Froppy in it as well. Like, that just also pisses me off. Froppy would not approve of this. I'm gonna show you some of the comments I found. I don't want to even read them out because they're just weird, but clearly this is some kind of weird fetish, right? No normal person would enjoy these videos. Like, I am an animal person. I can watch, you know, people feeding their, like, I watch Snake Discovery feeding their pets, that they feed them all like frozen rodents and stuff like that, or they're feeding their alligator. I find those interesting, but this is not that. This is something else. Or some of them are really weird, like anti-hamster or anti-mouse comments, like this is what they deserve, or getting rid of those hamsters and mice, and it's like, hello? I'm so disturbed. Thankfully on some of the videos there's comments that, no, this is fucked up. Like on this one there is quite a lot of comments that actually understand that this is not right. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need to say. I'm sure I'll still probably get comments like defending this, but there is no argument that will make me think this is right, because there's nothing here is right. There's no benefit to the frogs at all. They don't need to have rodents. Rodents aren't even good for them. If you want enrichment for your frog, you can use live insects, and at least they would die pretty instantly because they're small, but these rodents would die very slowly because they're way too big. And then the frogs might die as well because they shouldn't even be eating them. So yeah, hopefully I won't have to talk about this ever again, because I don't want to. It makes me very uncomfortable, but I felt like I had to because I want to bring more awareness to this. And sometimes it does work, all of us talking about something. YouTube will finally like catch on. It has worked before, so hopefully maybe my video will encourage others to also talk about this, and we can hopefully do something about it. Or maybe YouTube will take down this video. Who knows? I do appreciate you guys letting me know about this, because I knew it was a thing, but I didn't really realize how bad it was until I got a lot of comments about it. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.